Hey guys, welcome back for another Hearthstone video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing a new Druid deck I made. This is actually like based off of the beginners video I made where I was talking about cheap decks that you can make that are effective early on, very easy to play. I had some extra dust, so I went ahead and made as much of it as I could. It's not 100% complete, but overall it's not bad. And so I'll show you what I've got and what I'm missing, and then a couple matches with it. So we've got this just because it's cheap and you want a bunch of minions on the field, and it's cheap and gives you another minion to play. This is one of the essential ones. I've only got one of them though. This I just threw in there because I had an open spot. Ideally, if I had all the cards I wanted, I would take that out. These are very, very essential. This is essential. This I would take out if I had, something, one of the cards that I want more. This I don't think I have listed, but it's actually pretty good. Anytime that any minion dies, whether it's yours or theirs, he gains an attack, so that can be good. This I threw in there. It's not essential, but it is useful. With aggros, most of the time you're trying to take them out before they can do too much damage to you regardless, but you never know what's going to happen. This I don't have listed on there either. This is more of a rogue card, but he works out with Druid too, since Druid's hero power lets you attack. This is essential. This I think I have listed as like optional, but with so many cheap cards and every single card you play they gain +1/+1, they're very good. Raid Leader I don't think I have listed, but all your other minions get +1 attack. This is very essential. Tar Creeper, like I haven't mentioned in a lot of cheap, he only costs 40 and he's useful. Vicious Fledgling I have listed. Bite I would take out. I just opened it up out of a pack, so I just threw it in there since I had it. Defender of Argus I had listed, I believe, as optional maybe. Serenite's very essential. This is pretty essential. This, you want to have one of these early on especially. Swipe is like the only control card that I have in here, and it comes, it's a basic card for Druid, so you'll always have it for free once you unlock it at least. This I don't have listed, but he can be useful if you've got a lot of minions on the field. I've only got one of these guys, but very useful. And then Sea Giant, I happened to get out of a pack, so I went ahead and threw him in there. He's very useful for this deck too, though. So let me show you what I would like to trade and put in there. So obviously another Knife Juggler. If you have one of these, then you can put it in there, but I wouldn't spend the 100 to create it. This can be useful. It gives you a random minion, but sometimes you never know if you're going to get a legendary, so it's kind of just a gamble. Sorry, I'm just looking over all these to see which ones. So this I want to get soon. I've still got 575 dust, but obviously this isn't my main deck. I'm trying to unlock Lord Godfrey for my Warlock, so I'm trying to save some dust. I already spent like literally probably I pulled a golden mana. I don't know, that mage card that did cost 1 mana. Now it costs 2. Every time you play a spell he gets +1 attack. I pulled a golden one of those out of a pack, and since they are given full dust back, I got 400 dust for it, so I spent that 400. I didn't want to spend all of it though. This is very, very essential. What people normally do, they have a full hand, they play that, and then they give them all Death Rattle. So if you manage to kill them, they're going to summon all 2/2s. And if you don't manage to kill them, then on the next turn they'll power them up insanely high and wipe you out. This is the other card that you play with that, Soul of the Forest. This can be very good. This is the other control card I want to put in it. I have had a couple of matches that I lost. This card is good. You're going to summon 3 2/2 treants, but the thing is, there's a card that only costs 3 mana and summons 2, and it's not an epic that costs 400. It's just a basic, so that's crazy. You have to spend 360 more to get, and 2 more mana when you play it just to get 1 more. So if you have it, throw it in there. If not, I don't think it's a huge deal. This guy is good because he can power them all up. This is good if you're going, if for some reason they manage to control your field and then they got a bunch of minions and you don't. This can be very useful. And then of course you're going to want 2 of these. I'm going to try to get this deck completed all the way as soon as I can, and once I do, then I will I'll show it. So other than that, there's a few other, I don't want to go through everything. I've already got a video talking about everything. I want to go ahead and show these matches. Alright, so while playing around with this deck and also the aggro warlock deck that I'm going to be making another beginner's video about, I dropped down to level 18, and so that's where I'm at here, but still level 18. Most beginners would love to be there. It's not easy to get up that high. So and you guys can see just how good this deck can do even up there. So you want to make sure you got. My mulligan wasn't great there. You want to have some low cost cards because you're all about your aggro. You're trying to get a bunch of stuff out early, but there's so many low cost cards in this deck. I knew I'd draw something soon. Still not the best though. This guy was also kind of aggro. His problem was is that he focused too much on me and not my minions. Again, guys, especially for beginners, make sure you're making trades. I mean, for him, it probably just didn't seem worth it, sacrificing a 5/2 and stuff, but you just never know what's going to happen. Actually, I think this isn't even the video I was meaning to show. I mean, I win this match, but there was another 2 that I was actually meaning to show. After this match, I'll pause it and figure it out. Now he's trying to make trades, but it's a little late for that. Alright, so let me figure out if this is the right match or not. Alright, guys, so I messed up. I mean, that was obviously a win, but these were the matches I was trying to show. We'll see how long it is. I don't want this video to get too long, but I was on like a 4-game winning streak, which is why I wanted to show these 2. We might just skip a part of one of them. Yeah, we can fast forward this a little bit. He should have focused on taking my minions out. He was thinking he would be able to hit it with his fireball on the next turn. But because of Argus, I believe it was. No, that's what it was. Yeah, I just took his minion out, and so now his fireball is not powerful enough to take them out on its own. So he ends up having to sacrifice one of the mage's fireballs to kill a 4-2 because he knew if I got Wind Fury with it, it could be very bad news for him. That could have been better saved, but you just never know. Playing a mage, a mage is aggro's worst enemy because they have so many control. So he could have wiped them all out next turn anyways, and so I decided just to go ahead and put some pressure on him. It, he actually stalls for a little while if I remember correctly. So I might fast forward it a second so I can show the other match as well. You can see I've got him down to 5 health. I think he pulls out Jaina. I don't know why he didn't just freeze Mulch, end up killing Mulch altogether instead. Because sure, he managed to get both of them, and he got it down to 1 health perfectly. But now I've got 16, 16 attack on the board. All right, so there's that. Let me go ahead and fast forward to the next one. I forgot to show that the win streak, but I mean I was on it. You'll see it in this one too. So let's see the mulligan. Oh, a lot of high cost cards considering I've only got 3 cards in this whole deck that cost 5 or more. But Sea Giant Mulch, they cost a lot less if things go right. This guy, he just ended up not being able to pull any cards he needed for the early part of the match. As you can see, he just hits me with that. I throw that out there. He hits me with that again and gives up. I knew he might try to trigger that minion's death rattle next turn, so I decided to go ahead and take it out. That was a little silly of him. He should have taken out that 4/4. all he did was stall one turn and ended up having his minion die instead. Zillax or Zillix, whatever you want to call him, was a weird choice also for his deck. I mean, it's a good card, but just a weird choice for a non-mech deck. Had he not killed 3 of my minions, you guys could see Sea Giant was super cheap. He was only going to cost me 4. Alright, so there you guys go. I will wait and see the win streak. Put me all the way up to 17 there. As you can see, even when it's not all the way built correctly, it's still good enough to get you. Once you learn how to play, it could probably get you to at least 15. And if you're a better player than me, it might be able to get you higher than that. And then once it's all the way built, I don't know. I've never got higher than that. But I've seen a lot of good players using it. So let me know what you guys think about this deck altogether. I don't have a cost for you on what it is exactly right now, but I guarantee it's cheap. I mean, there's only one epic in there, no legendaries, a couple of rares. So very, very cheap deck to make, very easy deck to use as long as you understand making trades. Other than that, though, it's very simple. I'm going to work on the Warlock one next, so I'll be having that coming for you guys soon, and I'll see you guys back next time.